What's going on, Tony Styles? Yeah, it has been a minute. How's Beantown been treating you? And everybody else that's finding their way into this live stream, what's going on with you? Hopefully we can get a conversation going. Hopefully, someone wants to actually, join in on a live conversation. Maybe we could get something like that going on. Oh, you said it's lovely right now? Oh, that's a good thing. Yeah, we have some phenomenal weather going on over here in the Midwest right about now. It ain't too hot, it ain't too cold. It's like the bowl of porridge that Goldilocks found her way into the three bears and got to, munching down on. The temperature is quite well and swell around here. Okay, we got one person that wants to come in, and that's a normal regular. That is Williams, and let me get everything set up so we can make that transpire. Just give me a little bit of time. I'm gonna throw it on mute real quick. I ain't going nowhere. Hold up. What's up, Williams? Say, what's going on with you?
Man, feel like you said, it's feeling good out here tonight.
Right, phenomenal
Finally,
temperature.
yeah, I get a chance to come out and sit out in the yard without getting ate up, being too hot for a change.
Right.
Yeah,
Now Tony
yeah.
Styles came back. He said, "That's what's up. What we talking about tonight?" Hey, Tony Styles, if you want to join in, post your number. I'll take it off the chat room, and you could actually join in on a live stream if that's what you see fit. If not, throw out what you want to talk about. We could talk about anything. That's why these are called "What's Going On." It's whatever you want to talk about.
Exactly. I came in late last night, so I just decided to sit back and listen for a little while. You know, I was trying to get a good feeling on what the topic was that y'all was talking about.
Yeah, it wasn't nothing really major. You know how I always do. It's usually what the people put up and say. But I was experiencing some censorship, and I think it's still ongoing because I want to say Jackson. He called in before.
Yeah,
He had said something in the chat, and he wanted to call in, but I don't know if he couldn't post his number or what. But after the live stream was over and it went to replay,
right.
I went to sleep and I woke back up and I checked my iPad and it showed I had a notification saying that he commented on the live stream. So when I went to go check on it, it wasn't showing anything. So I was like, well, maybe he might have said something where it went to spam. So I went on my desktop
Right.
and checked that and it was nothing there. So I'm like, here we go again with this. Someone says, because a matter of fact, I want to say he said something about God in there. So if you
Yeah.
say anything about God, if you say anything about, someone is acting like a coon or something like that, they're
Yeah.
automatically knocking you out from even saying anything. But I'm still getting notifications showing that, people done said something. So, this is
Yeah.
just another level and another tier of how they're trying to, silence what, the
Now
people may be saying.
they got certain words flagged in, huh? When you say certain words, they want to flag you then, huh?
Yeah, but how I look at it, like I got keywords, like certain people can't say certain things that won't pop up. But
Right.
none of the words that they were using, I don't got any of those in my, words that can't be used or anything like that. So there's no
Right.
reason why they should have, flagged these people. Because matter of fact, what I was talking about yesterday, they flagged Lisa Smith. That's why I posted in the, where I usually post my affirmations at the
Yeah.
screenshot of her saying what she said, and they didn't let that go through.
Yeah, I saw that. That was, I mean, that's crazy because shit, everybody else saying what the hell they want to say and getting by with it, man. I don't understand that.
Right.
I mean, it ain't like those words are no worse than the other word we use every day.
Right.
So, yeah, they just tripping, man.
Yeah.
You think they trying to put a hole? You think they trying to put another stronghold down on the system for language wise or something that's coming? You think?
I think it is because I want to say, I mean, this is another person that, I watch his YouTubes and, he's Caucasian,
Right.
but he kind of does things that they consider what conspiracy theorist stuff or whatever. Really
Right.
it's the truth. I won't say it's a theory. It's something that they don't want you to talk about. But he got a whole bunch. He got a lot of subscribers, and they knocked his whole monetization down. And in his videos, he didn't bully anybody. He didn't do anything that would make them be able to knock his monetization down, but they did. So that in turn made him have to, start a Patreon and start all these other different platforms that are popping up.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So essentially, what they doing is if you ain't gonna play on their side of the field, then they gonna just try to knock you out the box. Then.
Right. That's exactly what they're doing. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
shout out to God came in and said, top of it, players. What's going on with you? Hopefully, everything is going copacetic in your part of the world. You ain't facing too many issues. They keep trying to throw little different monkey wrenches at me, but I still keep rolling with the punches. It's nothing.
Yeah, we got to keep the truth going, regardless if they gonna like it or not. The way I look at it is like this. Man, the truth got to be told. They can try as much as they can to stop us from doing it, but it's our job to keep doing it. We just got to find other ways to keep putting the truth out there.
Right. So I look at it like this: people that are diehard supporters of what I do and what I try to provide to the people. I might have to start including more links. This is kind of a more spur of the moment type of a live, but I do have a Patreon. I do have a BitChute. Just type in Tukudakan on any of those particular platforms, and you'll find me, and I'll start posting over there. Because we gotta kind of spread this out. I mean, to have it all just right here, even though I got hard drives backed up of everything that I've did,
Right.
I need to put it in other areas because it's seeming like they're not really for the common man over on YouTube. So if that's the case, since they're coming with these different media platforms, you're gonna have to go over in those different areas. I do have an Instagram, but Shad runs the Instagram. Shad, the guy, he runs the Instagram, and I don't think Shad puts a lot of effort into that. It's like me myself.
Right.
I never personally want to, have an Instagram either for personal or business use. I wanted somebody else to control that. So it is one up there, but it's not. It's not what's the word I'm looking for? It's not as active as it should be or could be for people to interact with.
Mm-hmm. Maybe I look at it like this anyway. Sooner or later we probably gonna have to change platforms anyway because it's a lot of people going to getting they stuff where they getting prioritized or whatever. How I guess they can do it on another channel without doing it on YouTube.
Right.
But so it's you probably got more freedom on other networks.
Right, because the one I want to say comes out next month is called Float. Like right now, they still have it right now, but it's in a beta form, so it's not fully ready to be, for the mass public. But I'm hearing that is supposed to rival what YouTube is doing, and once that comes really into full force, I might start a Float.
Mm-hmm. I think sooner or later a bunch of them gonna start. The YouTube might have some competition due to the rules they got set up.
Right.
It's only a matter of time coming. We'll probably have several networks to go on, and they won't be able to stop us.
Right.
But for the time being, they just probably try to do all they can because they know their time running out.
Right.
You know,
But
they
like
can't
you
stop the leak.
like you were saying last night, is about people that withhold oaths and honor contracts. I don't do either of them, so they see me as essentially like a threat. Like, man, we can't. He's intelligent. He ain't no type of idiot, so we can't kind of run the same things that we run on the people that abide by contracts and abide by oaths. Matter of fact, you
Mm-hmm.
see people that's flourishing and not receiving no issues, and they're doing all kind of off the wall stuff. That lets you know they're abiding by some oath or some contract they're living up to. You
Right.
know,
And whether they know it or not, they're a part of it. You know,
right?
sometimes they might be subscribed to that kind of stuff and not know that they are a part of it too. But you know, it's still always good to find out what you got going on, and what you're going up against.
That's true.
Um, we may think it's good for a limited time being, but then what's coming behind that, you know?
Right.
I think the next 5 or 10 years they'll have some. It'll be all kinds of stuff will be a rival. Then Facebook will be a rival in the next 2 or 3 years with something else. YouTube will be a rival with something else. Instagram, you know what I mean? All that stuff will come to pass, and, you know.
Yeah, because remember at one point in time, MySpace was a big thing, but you don't hear nobody talk about
You
MySpace no
know,
more.
and hardly even Twitter for real. If you think about it, or Instagram. They like, you know, it might be still popular in certain areas, but you know, down here where I'm at, it ain't too many people using Instagram or Twitter.
Huh.
You know, I can see it coming to be a thing to pass. You know, in the near future.
Yeah, they just got to pop up with some more platforms that ain't so easily to abide by.
I
Certain people.
wonder why. Well, I know why, but you would think that some of these entertainers and athletes and stuff, man, be trying to figure out a way to, you know, get their own network or design another network or another, you know what I mean, platform or something that we can control ourselves, whether, you know. 'Cause
Yeah.
after all, it is still free freedom of speech, you know.
Yeah.
But it's still limited now, so.
Yeah, well, we're in that type of time in the because I won't even say just in America. It's all over the globe. Like that link I sent you about social credit.
Oh yeah.
Essentially that's here. It's just
That,
kind of running on the low.
right. They just ain't brought it into law yet and put it into full effect like they did over there in China. But we can already pretty much see it coming though.
Right.
And like they say, they always try projects out in other countries and other places before they bring them to the U.S. You know, you think about all them diseases and stuff they created over there in Africa and all these other places in other countries, then they brought them over to the U.S.
Right. Now, am I saying this right? Is it Tamika? You said the Lions Den? No, this ain't the Lions Den. You'll know when it's the Lions Den. The Lions Den will it has all certain kind of monikers where you know that's that. This is just a freestyle that I conduct from time to time, and Williams is on this joint. He always comes in and has to not has to, but he adds something that is much needed to the conversation.
Shouts out to the people out there. How y'all doing tonight?
Yep, we got Lisa Smith. She said, "Hey y'all."
Hey, what's up, Lisa Smith? How's everybody doing out there? Hope everybody had a blessed, lovely day as well as mine was.
Huh. Yeah, what was the temperatures down there in Mobile?
It was kind of hot, but that rain been saving us lately.
Huh.
A little rain coming in the evening time, but for the past like 3 days, man, it's been blistering.
Mm.
It'll be hot like the first like 5 in the morning to about 1 o'clock in the evening, and then it started raining around about 3 or 4 o'clock.
Okay.
So it's hot as hell the first part of the day. The second part of the day it'd be all right, you know.
Yeah.
But see, other than that, man, it's still hot. Like 105, 110, 115 heat index. Yeah, the extreme heat zone down here.
Mm.
Yeah.
Now, Lisa Smith came in and said, I'm doing all right. And then she said, I caught the replay, so I'm thinking she's talking about last night. And then
Yeah.
she said, they really on your channel, Reek, hating big time. Most definitely.
They only gonna do that for the ones that's gonna keep it real. The people that keep it real, man, they always gonna be the ones that suffer the most. I came to realization of that, a long time ago. Sometimes people, they do the right thing and be doing what's right, and it still seems like they had the most trouble. You know what I mean?
Right.
And everybody else just flying by. Flying by flying colors. So they always try to make it hard on the people who gonna bring the real information. They'll suppress people like us and keep us under suppression.
Right.
So that only just lets us know that we doing something right, and we against what they got. We against
Exactly.
them.
I'm forever be against what they promoting. I'm forever gonna tell people, okay, they done said this. This is the direction you need to check in and go further into what they're trying to tell you. What they're not
Mhm.
trying to tell you. You need to
Right.
research in these areas. I'm forever gonna do that. You
That's
know.
right. Always they don't want us, thinking outside the box and trying to each one teach one another, try to raise awareness of certain issues and stuff.
Right.
They want us all, boxed in one bundle where it's easy to get to everybody. So, it's good to rebel, for what's right.
True that. Now, who's all still out there? Because, see, since I'm under this, suppression, I'll call it, they're not really letting me know who's in here now. So, who's still there? You still there, Shot of God? You still there? If I'm saying it right, Tamika, Lisa Smith, Tony Styles.
Yeah. Shouts out to the people who's out there.
Right.
Let us know who's out there, who's tuned in, or too cool to come.
Exactly. We got a lot of different areas too, because you down in Mobile, uh, Alabama. Lisa Smith is what Chattanooga, Tennessee. Uh, what area are you from, Shot Guy? If you still in here, I know Tony. He's from in Massachusetts area, Boston. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot of different parts of the country tuning in. Hopefully
Who
getting the notifications.
who was the other person just chimed in? He said Tamika.
Yeah,
Where they coming in from?
I don't know. Hopefully, hey, chime in where y'all's coming in from, so we know what parts of the country
Yeah,
you're ringing in from.
yeah. That's real. That's real love. We're able to come in and be able to connect from different parts of the world and not be able and be able to communicate and connect.
Right.
People in different states going through different things, but we all still human. So hey, chime in and let us know what's on your mind.
Right.
You know. I ain't been doing nothing but sitting back looking at some of this crazy stuff on TV. Every time I look around, they talking about some issue or this or that, or they got talking about Jay-Z, man. This deal he got going with NFL and all that kind of stuff. What you think
Yeah.
about that?
What I think about that, I think it's a whole bunch of crock of bullshit. And when I say that, I say it because he, okay,
He was totally against it at one time.
right. So now you're teaming up with these people that really don't got any interest within what people that have melanin in a pigmentation. You're teaming up with these people. Matter of fact, another story they're not really playing about. He invested in this it's this
Prison industry.
yeah, the prison industry that where essentially it GPS tracks, prisoners and stuff like that. Why would you invest in something like that? But see, that means you're a capitalist. That means you're a billionaire for a reason. You're a puppet for a reason. You got to do this. You got to tout this. So essentially, you're a gratified Jordan because Jordan invested
Exactly.
in the prison
Prison
industry and things like that.
That's right. And when I be thinking outside the box, I was thinking like, when they first made, I'm gonna say they made him a billionaire. his talent just didn't get him there. He didn't get there on talent alone.
Right.
You know, they tell you that all the time. Talent alone don't get you up there, don't get you up the ladder like that. You know, I feel like, you know, they probably gave him that $1 billion, but he got to also do so much stuff, man, that we don't know about. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's to come. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna put you in the limelight for the 1 or 2 years, and we're gonna make you the biggest person on the damn earth, basically. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, we're gonna make you the poster child for what we about to get ready to make our pass into our agenda. I just felt like ever since they made him out of the greatest rapper and all this and all that, you know, that they using him and Beyonce. You know, I hate to say it, but I feel like they're using both of them for a bigger agenda. You know?
Right. But see, a lot of things people don't understand. They're like, oh no, they're in the church and all that. No, they're Luciferians. They're Satanists.
That's right.
They're not. They can. What's the word I'm looking for? It's like they can act like they're with certain things, but really, underneath all that facade, they're Luciferians.
They don't serve the same God.
Right.
The people that we should serve, you know.
Right.
And it's not just them; it's a lot of them. When they go to talking about it, we done all seen the videos where they say they can sold their soul and this and that, and you know what I mean.
Right, they're telling you right up front what they're actually doing. But see, a lot of people get caught up in everything else, where it's like, oh no, they couldn't be saying that. No, they're actually saying what they really are right in your face. You just got to pay attention.
Right. They telling you exactly which God they serve, and it's not it's not the true God. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They idol worshiping and serving Baal and the owl and all that other kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and when you in that million, and they tell you when you in that $1 million and $1 billion club, you know what I mean? There's certain things you got to do. You know, you don't just get to be in that club and be that and have that much money and power for no reason.
Right, but let's even break it down even further. Just because you're a billionaire doesn't mean you're untouchable. Because if that's the case, look what just happened with the dude Epstein.
Oh yeah, they build you up just to tear you down. When you get to doing all that dirt, doing what you're doing, thinking you're getting by the life, you know what I mean? I ain't seen nobody come out successful yet. And we can like I said, I ain't seen nobody die in their success yet, really. You know what I mean? And I'm speaking for our people. I can't speak for less melanated people.
Right.
But when it always comes to our people, it seems like we get to a certain height or a certain point, a certain peak or whatever, and then it's back downhill again. You know what I mean? They go to bring up all kinds of stuff on you and this and that, and pretty soon they getting everything they put you up there to be. They trying to get it all back from you.
Right.
You know, and it's just like that. It just takes me back to the Bible when Jesus was on the mountain, the devil took Jesus on the high mountain and tried to offer him the whole world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That story, they take you on that high mountain, they offer you all these cars and mansions and women and this and that, and they offer you the world and they build you up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then once you you know what I'm saying, once you sign over and cross over what they say, then hey, you all in the game. Then it's hard. You can't get out. They tell you there's no way out.
Right.
So I think they're using him on that NFL thing, like, to get more people to start back watching the NFL, because you still got people boycotting the NFL.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And I applaud people to continue to keep boycotting, make their pockets hurt.
Yeah, boycott that shit, man, because it ain't. They just put another black face up there. You know what I'm saying, and make it seem like everything A-okay when they still not.
Right.
I ain't no big fan of Kaepernick either, but I still appreciate what he stood for. You know what I mean? I still respect him as a man and what he stood for and what the decision he made or whatever.
Right.
But at the same time, he won't open his mouth the way I feel. He don't really have nothing really to say. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because think about it like this. After they settled whatever, you ain't heard no more about him saying anything. You notice that?
No, he don't really say nothing. If he do say something, it's in a tweet or something. It ain't nothing where he gonna get going on. You know what I mean?
Right, but let's draw some light to this, because this type of situation, I know it's other situations where this happens in different parts of the country, but like
Right.
what we had here with the philandro. When the brother had the gun and he was licensed to have it and everything. He got
Right.
gunned down. Well,
Yeah,
okay,
Castile case.
right after that settlement.
Mm-hmm.
Before the settlement, the mother was saying everything, oh, this is wrong and everything and all this.
Mm-hmm.
After the settlement, no more. You don't hear nothing about her saying anything. So it's
No.
a stipulation. Once you get that settlement money, you
That,
can no longer say anything against, this
nope.
particular case no more.
That's,
Or
that's,
or
that's exactly.
you'll have to pay that money back. So that's
Exactly.
like hush money, essentially.
And exactly what it is, Okay, we got they get somebody cop kill somebody and they come out and they win a lawsuit or whatever, civil suit or whatever. Okay, we're gonna give you this 3 million or this whatever, 10 million, but you can't never talk about this ever again.
Right.
You can't never raise no kind of awareness or no nothing. It's over with. And it's kind of like that Black Lives Matter movement. You know what I'm saying? We thought it was all good at first, and everybody kind of jumped and got behind us, instead of doing the research behind it. And then when you start doing the research behind it, you still see it's still being ran by a group of small hats.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But we got people that's our color on the forefront, on the forefront. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So we gotta watch these movements because they quick to use our face on these movements and stuff, and then it be somebody else controlling it in the background that we don't know about. All these hashtags and all these other all these movements and stuff. They try to use us for the poster child. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Because matter of fact, when the thing happened down in was it Ferguson, and they showed Jesse Jackson was coming down there, and it was people down there like, man, we don't want you down here, man. Get out of here.
Right.
You only come around when it was some media attention. Matter of fact, if it was any of my family members that had dealt with that, and you see these bloodsuckers that's always once the media cameras is around, I'll be like, man, get the fuck out of here, man. Nobody wants you around here.
You know what? And people do that all the time, but they don't show it. They edit it out, but they don't show that part.
Right.
Because I done seen that down in my neighborhood where something happened down in my neighborhood, and the first thing happened, and here come the damn news, and they want to come question everybody. We go the fuck off on them. I get the fuck on down the road. You know what I mean?
Right.
They don't play that shit on the news.
Exactly. Because all you're going to do is retwist the story, cut out the parts that you want. Because since I know how editing goes, I know how this shit go down. Matter of fact, like I said, I got someone that's in Fox News personally that I know how all this shit goes down. So I know how they cut and edited stories. Like, okay, we'll run with the most salacious part. You'd be like, I didn't even say that. But they could cut the story like that to make it seem like you said something that you didn't.
Yeah. And then the way they run that shit, man, on us, the way they arrest us, you know what I'm saying? They make it seem like we already guilty, you know what I mean?
Right.
They already make it seem like we already guilty, they just put so many labels and stereotypes on us,
Mm-hmm.
So we just gotta ain't nothing wrong, we just gotta be aware. And see, they like I say, they games all ran out of games. It's just up to the people now to, what I'm saying, to start, to start goddamn boomeranging that shit back on their ass, let them know that we ain't going for it no more. You know what I mean?
Right. But like I was saying last night, and it still ties into it, because like I said, I watch everybody, and it's this certain Russian that talks to a lot of people that has melon, and basically like, Pac died broke and all this. I wonder why. I wonder why, because how Interscope has stuff structured where he wasn't receiving his right revenue. So of course he didn't have his rightful ends at the end.
Right.
Of course, y'all come out with that video showing that oh look, it's Red Fox in heaven and it's Sammy Davis, when both of them got fucked out of their money. So essentially, you're showing he's getting fucked out of his money too.
At the end of the day, they all get fucked out their money,
right? I understand that, but you have people making a living off of talking about a black man, basically being fucked out of their money. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But they're saying, no, I love this person. Well, how can you love a person if you basically bringing out every negative aspect about this person? I never understood that.
And then they don't look at the fact that, you know what I'm saying, some of these people were young when they had money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't, you know, they came from, a lot of them came from nothing to get something, and then when they got something, you know what I'm saying, hey, they spent what they had. They had a good time. They had poor management, you know what I mean?
Right.
They wouldn't talk to, you know, how to invest in their money, how to, you know, how to use their money. They just thought they was gonna forever have it, you know what I mean?
Right.
A lot of them young rappers think like that today. They get a lot of money, you know what I'm saying? And they gonna last forever. But in the long term, is when I was watching that T-Pain story that he said that he was saying on the Breakfast Club the other day, where he said he blew like 40 million, you know what I'm saying? And he said he said he was down to trying to where he had to ask for money to buy him and his kids something to eat, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he, you know, I commend him for even telling the story, you know what I mean? It took a real man to really say something like that, you know what I mean? Because somebody else would have tried to hide it, like it was all good. But he's just going to show you, like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, I was young, I had fun, I spent my money, and I ain't spending it wisely. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And sometimes, you know, you won't be able to get that money back like you think you can. You know,
right.
Sometimes it ain't always you can get that money back like that. You know.
I just look at it like this. You know, this is why we need to have more platforms like this, where, maybe it's some young brother that's out there. He's thinking about getting a contract with a record label. Okay, if you get this contract, you got to make sure it's for your benefit. I mean, I done had the same conversation with. I think that you gotta, I mean, yes, you gotta get with someone that kind of understands contracts, because they're
Right.
written in legalese, so a lot of it's
Right.
going over your head. But a lot of the record companies try to offer you certain things that you can
Right.
do yourself. Like,
Right.
oh, you need a personal assistant. No, I can hire that myself. If I
Right.
take it through you, you're gonna charge me X amount of dollars that I
Right.
shouldn't even be, spending that much on,
Right.
whatever I can hire myself for at a lower rate. It's about cutting your costs and cutting them out of
Exactly.
your business, your monetary business.
And that comes with yourself, you know what I'm saying? Educating yourself. Sometimes you might have to go to college or whatever and take up some business courses, or you know what I'm saying, to understand how to, learn how to manage money and stuff, because like Master P said in one of his interviews, it ain't always the people in the neighborhood that's gonna, gonna come stick you up and rob and get you out of money. A lot of them folks coming in suits. You know what I'm saying? They coming in suits and ties. Them the biggest robbers it is right there. You know what I mean?
Right.
The insurance man and all these lawyers and stuff you got to have, and all they didn't want to come in the rob you.
Right.
He was like, shoot, he took a better chance out in the street sometimes, because the little money you got right there, they ain't gonna get that. They give you for that big money.
Right.
So, but at the same time, you got to educate yourself, and then you just can't be too quick to spend no money, and not without investing and knowing it's gonna be able to come back to you. I was always taught, if I put some money out there in the streets or whatever, I got to invest anywhere and have at least where it can almost double when they come back to me or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
I always try to flip my money some kind of way. I don't never just try to, live off of it like that. So, but it's people that just run across a lot of money, and then they young, like I said, they young, and they have all this stuff, man, and they feel like they ain't never had it before, and they gonna last forever. But in reality, that's why the people behind the record label and stuff giving it to you, because they know you ain't nothing but a child. It's just like you're giving the child candy. You know what I'm saying? Like money to go in the store to buy bubble gum.
Right.
They gonna go in the store and buy cars and jewelry and makeup, and they ain't gonna go and buy nothing they really need.
Right.
So they essentially they looking at, okay, I'll give them 10 million right now, 20, 30 million right now, because I'm already knowing they're gonna give it back to us in the long run anyway.
That's true.
So they don't mind doing it. They'll eat you with legal fees.
Now, I'm gonna pose this to you, and you think about it from a business aspect and answer it from a business aspect. Now, when it comes to Pac, not a lot of people know that all the cars that he did have, they were leased. When his mother came to get an account for everything that was his, none of those cars were his. The Benz, the Jag, I think maybe the only thing that might have been his, they said that Hummer, that might have been his. But all that other stuff, even the place that he was staying at in California, that was a lease.
Rented.
Yeah, it was a rented property.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, in that aspect, it shows me that if you're looking at it from a business aspect, can't have him having all these assets. They because all those assets were loaned out from the record company. So
Exactly.
essentially, they had how they had it written up like, oh well, he owed us. When
Mm-hmm.
actuality, they owed him. They just
Right.
was stringing them along with trinkets like, oh, you need some money? Here's five. Here's five
Mm-hmm.
racks. No, I
That's
don't
right.
want 5 racks. I want the
Right.
accounting of my money. Skip some
That's
five
right.
racks. I can count that out myself of my own money.
That's right. And if they don't get you like that, see, they feel like you got some kind of sense or whatever like that. They won't get you like that. See, they'll raise your taxes up when you get ready to file your taxes or whatever. Then the IRS come try to get you. You know what I mean?
Right.
So they're gonna make sure they're gonna always try to stick you out of some kind of fee. And not to mention if you got millions of dollars, the interest on that, you know what I mean, is high as stuff. They maintain that kind of money.
Right.
So when you thinking you got $1 million, you really ain't got but like what 600, 700,000 or something. You know what I'm saying? Because after tax, you ain't really got what you're supposed to have anyway. So it's all a part of understanding the money system and how it goes. You know,
Right.
It's a game of Monopoly, man. And you gotta learn how to play that game in order to learn the game of life.
Exactly.
You gotta learn how to practice group economics and you gotta learn how to let that money, bounce and circulate and create revenue. You gotta learn how to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So but people out there that don't know how and thinking that they ain't really got a lot of money to do nothing with. Sometimes it don't take a lot of money. Just take a little something to invest in.
Right. Now, Lisa Smith said, true, Reek. She said, Baby was doing the same thing to them over at Cash Money.
Exactly. You got a bunch of kids rapping for you and singing for you, and you're gonna give them toy money. That's all you're doing, give them some fuck up money. You know what I mean?
Right.
Look at all the money they capitalize off of them boys, man.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they started realizing what was going on, which I think BG was the first one, which, you know what I'm saying, they kind of called what was going on him in Juvenile. Once they kind of figured out what was going on, they kind of backed up off of it for a minute. But it still took them to get old and come through the situation that they had what they was going because, Baby and them had the money still, you know what I mean?
Right.
So, a lot of them get screwed over like that when they first get in the industry, man. It's like a, you know what I'm saying? It's just like a stamp in, a way to get in the game, man. You're gonna take that loss.
Right.
There's always somebody gonna beat you out of contract or something before you can really get on. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody really just giving you the whole nine, without getting what they can out of you. In other words.
Right. Now, Lisa Smith said, especially Wayne, he paid them boys in drugs. And then she said, Blueface going through the same thing right now with his manager. And then she said, yup, Williams, BG called it out first. Had BG strung out on heroin.
Yeah, exactly. But see, BG kept the gangster though. I gotta respect him, you know what I'm saying? And Juvie, I like Wayne and all on too, but I respect BG and Juvie the most, you know what I'm saying? Because I grew up I was listening to them, BG before he kind of like went to Cash Money.
Okay.
I ain't start, listening to Juvie till he got with Cash Money. So I still think him and BG was more up on their game than Wayne was at the time. Of course, he was the younger one.
Yeah, that's true.
So I ain't holding him at that because he was still young too, and then going through what he was going through. So, but yeah, man, them boys, it was hard. But you think about it, you think about it now, and you don't even hear too much about Lil Wayne no more.
You don't.
You know what I mean? See, they all get them little 2 or 3 years of fame. You know what I'm saying? They make them hot 2 or 3 years. I say 3 years at the most. Seems like before you don't really start. You gotta start putting in a lot of work to keep that recognition going. Which he has. He got a good track record. Don't get me wrong. But like, seems like the past, I say since like the past 3 years maybe, I ain't really done heard none other than that Carter or 5 or whatever. But I ain't really heard too much of nothing else. I know he got some upcoming, but not like he usually would be doing. You know what I mean?
Right.
But see, like I'm gonna jump back on this for instance. Like when Tupac was, Tupac came into a realization. When he came into realization, he was already fucked up when he realized. That's why he just went the fuck off. That's the way I look at it. Like, once he realized what was going on, I know they're going to kill me anyway. I'm just going to go and let the world know. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
True.
He had money, you know what I mean? But he might not have had what people thought he had, because he just had, he had got that lawsuit money and shit like that too. But, he probably had spent it or whatever too, though. You know what I'm saying? So, we
Yeah,
never know.
because he probably figured he could make it back, because he a lot of artists across the country loved him. So I mean,
Right.
it was no issue for him getting on something and making it back.
Right. It ain't nothing for him to, you know what I'm saying, just because he was, you know what I mean? Shoot, motherfuckers could get him, 5 or 10 million, put him right back on just like that.
Right.
It's just like I was looking at that, I watched that high boxing of Mike Tyson interview a lot, I be watching that Mike Tyson, Mike Tyson, he was like, shoot, he went through a whole lot of money too.
Right.
He was just talking about, how he had his experience and the money he wasted and spending, gave people that looked out for people and stuff too.
Right.
He said when he got down and out, that nobody really knew it. He said the people seen him and thought he still had it, but he really didn't. But the thing about it was people always still knew him. You know what I'm saying? By him knew him as a great, fighter, a boxer or whatever. So shit, he was like a couple of his partners came, the people that he knew came and just told him to come on, go with him.
Right. Because they know he was a real 100 caliber dude. Like, man, Tyson got a real good heart, man.
Exactly. A real motherfucker, he could be on this dick and the next day, shit, he'll be a fucking millionaire.
Right. Now Lo done came in, he said, "What's good, y'all? What's up, Lo?
What's happening, Lo? Long time, buddy."
Hey, and for anybody, I know we've been, conversing back and forth. If anybody want to come in and chime in, post your number. I'll add you to the call, and you can add what you want to add without having to, try to get up in here typing it or them blocking your comments or anything like that. You can actually get on live. Be effective in what you got to say to the world.
Right. And on, if y'all don't mind, hit that like button and let us know if y'all like the conversation or not.
Right.
We need to change, give us some feedback and let us know if we need to change it up, or if y'all got something else, another topic, or something else y'all might, news that I ain't caught my ear yet or whatever. Something else to talk about.
Yeah, that most definitely helped, man. Matter of fact, the likes that came in, I appreciate that. Hopefully more will come on the replay. My device is highly charged up, so I don't see it falling off no time soon. But depending on if the people's actually conversing back and forth, it could end, because we're already at 44 minutes, and right now it ain't really nobody saying them besides I want to say Lisa Smith and Lowe, coming in saying something.
What's up, Lowe? You want to call in? Lisa, you want to call in? Y'all busy? I know y'all will if y'all wasn't busy. I'm just, checking to see anyway.
Yeah, checking in. Hopefully, people might just be now just getting the notification 44, 45 minutes later. Where they do that at? What's so crazy? I get a notification, and I'm the person doing the thing. Why do I get a notification? I shouldn't get a notification.
Hey, send you one before anybody else get.
Yeah, that's crazy. Oh, Lisa Smith says she's making moves, and Lowe's just talking to Lisa Smith. She said, "What's up, Lisa?"
Okay, that's what's up. Continue to finish having you a good night. Hope everything worked out well for you.
Right.
I always got to make the moves, stay energetic.
Yeah, Lowe said, "Waiting on a call myself," and he said, "Laugh out loud."
Okay.
Yeah, I know people be busy from time to time, but I hate when, actual, because I want to say, like I said, Jackson, he wanted to call in last night, but I got a feeling they blocked him from, posting his number up,
Yeah.
That's why I be saying, if you're gonna post your number so I could call you, you gotta spell it out sometimes, so it'll throw off their little censorship or suppression little algorithm.
Yeah. The algorithm will mess with you. They love to mess with you on the channel. Give you all kind of 30 people in the room. They'll say ain't nobody but 2 people in the room.
Yeah, Lo just said to you, said, "Hey, Will, you be watching that Mike Tyson podcast too?"
Yeah, I like that shit, man. Type to keep it real, man. He keep it 100 for real.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watch it myself too.
Yeah, he was on there with I watched the one he had with Jim Jones that he had did the other day. I ain't watched. I just caught it today, but I knew it was a few weeks old, a few days old, whatever.
Now he said, you see the one when he beat up dude for talking about Pac?
To my Wack 100.
Yeah.
I didn't see the fight. I ain't see no punches thrown. I
was hearing that was like a publicity stunt. I was hearing that really didn't happen.
Because I listened to both of them at the end. You know what I'm saying? They all homeboys and shit anyway. You know what I mean? So I didn't see nobody. I wanted to see the action. You know what I mean? I didn't see no action.
Right.
So I don't know if it was staged or what. You know.
Now how I look at it, even though people are old, Tyson's old, he still got it, and he's a boxer. Hitting a regular person, and you're a boxer, man, you can get a case because you can really mess somebody up because you know where to put them punches at.
Shit, man, Tyson said he didn't have the goddamn pay money out to people and everything because they done came across him the wrong way.
Right.
He said not just, and some of them ain't really mean no harm to him. They just love him so much and they trying to get to him and get all on to he had to end up goddamn knocking a few on, you know what I'm saying, getting a few of them up off on him. He said he had to pay out $7 million on shit like that. He had to learn how to goddamn, you know what I'm saying, pay himself, you know. So, you ain't finna just run up on him now.
Right. Now he said, you see the one when he said he took the new drug called the Toad and it took you back in time?
Yeah, I seen that shit, man. They be on some crazy shit there. I forgot who was when they Snoop on there with him.
Yeah, that's what he just said.
I was Snoop on there with him, yeah. Yeah, that was crazy there. But I had heard about that a couple of years back though, but it just ain't, it wasn't nothing popular like,
Yeah.
That's been around for years though.
Yeah, I thought that all that is acid, I thought. I remember back in high school, the melonless be trying to offer, hey, you want to take some acid? I'm like, what's it do?
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm straight. I don't know what this do. Y'all is tripping with that. I'm good on that.
I guess it's more like a hallucinogen or something like mushrooms.
Yeah, like mushrooms or something like that.
Mm-hmm. That's all it probably is, something like that. They just put a new name on everything these days.
True.
So ain't nothing really nothing new, you know what I mean?
Right.
So,
nothing's new under the sun.
They just put another name on and that'd be it.
Right, rebranded it.
Mm-hmm. And it works every time they fucking redo it.
Right. Because I remember back in the day, they used to have them news broadcasts like, "Oh, this worst drugs coming to the mainland, and it's starting off in Hawaii. They call it ice, and all ice is meth. Yeah. But back then they called it ice.
Yeah, it's just cooked in a cleaner form. It's clean. You got one dirty version, you got a clean version.
Mm-hmm.
But the same thing, Just like girl, and they got heroin, they call it girl and all that, boy, whatever. It got different names on it. But just gotta be careful and try to stay drug free if you can.
Right.
Those some pretty hard drugs people be doing these days, man. And they think it's cool. I hate to see, the youth doing those kind of things, those hard drugs and stuff. Anybody really, but especially the youth, though,
Right. See, I think a lot of times people take a lot of those hard drugs when they're young and stuff, trying to, erase something that someone did to them. Maybe they was getting, beat, beat or sexually messed with or something like that.
Trying to escape something. Either they trying to escape something or they trying to fit into something.
That's true.
You know, either they escaping the reality or they trying to find another reality.
Mm-hmm.
So it's tricky. I just think the creator. I ain't never had to do nothing. I ain't never got on nothing, no kind of stuff like that.
Right.
I always try to keep myself up and try to stay sane and keep a level mind and.
Just like I don't know how people be going off them Percocets, because I remember I had a dentist appointment and I had to have one of them joints, and I was watching TV and I took it and I was sitting on the couch. And I was like, oh, let me get up and go do something. It's like as soon as I tried to get up off the couch, I couldn't. I'm like, man, I don't like no drug like that. Like got me on stuck mode.
Yeah, it's over with. You can't do none of that. Only time I used them was when I had a toothache. I had got some from the dentist. And they gave me some Loratab, and they gave me some antibiotics. Them things had me. I took probably like 1 or 2 of them. I ain't really like them. But they were good for that pain though.
Oh yeah.
Had right on that for that pain. Temporary though.
You're right.
Yeah.
I don't see how people are long term taking that, man. You changing your whole DNA structure and messing with that different type of narcotic.
Think that if you take those like pills, those pills too long, all that stuff eat up the lime in your stomach. Goody powders, over the counter aspirin, all that, any kind of pill, like it's got that base coat on it. But sometimes it still ain't good for you though.
Right.
I got an auntie, man. That's all she do is she love them fucking goody powders, man. I don't know what it is, but.
Okay, Lo just asked me. He said, "Rick, do you think Dude really dead?" No, I think he's over in
That fuck ain't dead, man.
He's over in some land that's occupied. I'll say it like that. Yeah. He's in occupied land. That's where I think he is.
He in a whole other damn heaven and country.
Right.
The money he got, man, I just can't see it. I don't believe it. First of all, I don't believe it. He got enough money to fucking hide for the rest of his life, and pay people to get away the rest of his life.
Right.
You that high up the ladder, man. Come on.
Knowing the connections that come on now.
And they just paid you to hide to go somewhere else, or you paid them to go somewhere else. Really ain't got to pay nobody. You already up the ladder, so I mean.
Right.
Nah, I believe that, but I don't believe he dead. I don't know. I just like to think outside the box and think against the odds.
Right. Because like I said, I mean, he ain't the only one incarcerated. I know someone had to see him during his cell or in the section he was ever in. Why aren't we hearing from any of these people? Why? Okay, my sister's husband was locked up with Dude. They seen him up there. You ain't hearing none of these stories. No, so why am I to believe any of this stuff that they're saying?
And then they talking about the damn the security guard and the warden or whoever it is going on paid administrative leave and all that shit. So essentially, I just think it's another cover-up.
Right.
I'm surprised.
Lowe said they say he was taking girls underground cities or something like that. Hey, I don't put it past what, man. People operate with that different type of revenue stream. They're doing a lot of things that the common man ain't able to do.
Exactly. Now, look at the pattern. R. Kelly, they got him down.
Right.
They got Bill down. You know what I'm saying? This dude right here, he ain't neither one of them. He worse. Now look on the other hand. Look at these Catholic priests and this other dude that just got messed up. The dude in Hollywood.
Weinstein.
What his name is?
Weinstein.
Not Weinstein. This new one. They got a new one. Just got allegations put out on them over the Opera Club or whatever it is. God damn, what is it? Damn, I seen today. I can't think of. Yeah, they got another one. They got him up on the radar.
Okay.
I forgot his name. Damn. Hopefully it'll come to me in a minute. But yeah, I just don't think that, you know, all these priests and stuff like that, they ain't getting the time like they gonna give to us.
Right.
You know, I think that dude just fled the country like Russell Simmons. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just think about it. You ain't heard about him no more either. And I don't want to bring that up because, you know, but at the same time, you know, people with big money, they get away, seems like.
Right.
These Catholic priests, man, they got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of documentation saying what they done to these kids, boys and girls, and ain't neither one of them, you ain't heard nothing yet. You know, it's amazing to me how they'll, you know, how they'll throw R. Kelly under the bridge and throw Bill Cosby under the bridge.
Right.
And then, and these other people, they fucking real live savage beasts. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you even hear how the stories go different. Like, you know,
Yeah.
they don't let up, oh, R. Kelly, he was a predator and all this. Now, when it's these other people, well, you know, it's people that knew Weinstein. They never seen that out of him. You know, they make the story real light when it comes to them.
You got Gail and Oprah and all of them running R. Kelly, but you don't see neither one of them running the Weinstein.
Right.
Epstein or none of them. You see, it's that's the difference in the power structure, the money structure. It's a money game. See, they all, you know, they all witches and warlocks. They all the same source of the world, man. You know, they all doing the same thing. You know?
Right.
And that's what it's about, man. They about that human trafficking and sex trafficking, and they want to put it on us and make the penalty hard on us, but when it's them. Hell, we ain't got no damn vans and no boats and no airplanes running no damn churn and stealing no churn, you know, going taking them here and there.
Right.
Ain't coming up missing like that, man.
Dre Chili said all the elite.
Exactly.
He said, or the so-called elite.
These high power people that we talking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm just calling it for what it is. I hope that they don't try to flag you or nothing like that. But I got to keep it real.
Oh,
man,
yeah,
you know?
most definitely.
And I got to say what I believe. You know, I believe it's something to that nature. You know what I mean?
Hey, let me reiterate it. Anybody that wants to call in and join this actual conversation, post your number. I'll hit your line. I ain't the funny type. Like, Rick, ain't you really gonna call me? I'll hit your line and pull your number out so nobody will see it on the replay and everything. So,
Exactly.
so add to this conversation. Add something that we may not be covering. Add something that like, man, Rick, I ain't got enough. I'm trying to type all these words or try to say what I'm trying to say when you could just say it. I'll hit your line and join the conversation.
Yes. And all these are just thinking out this is just thinking out the box, you know what I mean? I went there, I don't know what's really going on, but I can just always feel like I can feel in my spirit that, you know, certain things don't be like the media put it all the time, you know what I mean?
Right.
There's always a story behind the story, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You'll feed the people this, and then we know what the business really is.
Right.
Now, we already know as the people, you know what I'm saying, we already know that really ain't shit gonna happen to Weinstein or probably none of these other people either, you know what I mean?
Right.
They ain't at them people like they had us.
Right.
The war on us and they on them.
Right. They got to keep perpetuating that narrative. Oh, the people that got melanin pigmentation, they're so bad. They're the monsters of the world. No, the ones that control the media are the monsters. The ones that tell the people in the media to draft these kind of stories. These are the real monsters and the killers.
They're the monsters. And they want us to think that our neighbor's a monster and this and that, but it ain't us. You know, it ain't us running these schools and shooting up and running these churches and running. It ain't us. You know?
Right.
So I mean, they want us to think like that through the media and all that, but you know, just look at all these bomb threats and all these terror attacks. They just won't call it for what it is until somebody else do it.
Right.
You know? one of their kind do it. Oh, they sick. They got a mental illness or this and that. But another race do it. Then they a terrorist and this and that. See,
right.
it's like So it's two systems.
It is.
Exactly what it is. It's two systems. And when they say everybody, they ain't talking about everybody. They talking about them. They ain't talking about us.
Like Malcolm X said, you can't have capitalism without racism. So when you see that capitalism and capitalizing on people, that means you're practicing some type of racism. That means you're keeping someone down unfairly.
Capitalism is slavery, just like the stock market is a form of slavery. They get our birth certificates and social security numbers and trade them off and sell them all the time for money. These banks and stuff and these, what I'm saying?
Yeah, on the New York Stock Exchange, Wall Street. A lot of people don't know about that.
That stuff came from slavery. They don't use the slaves no more. They just use the identification, the birth certificate and stuff.
Right.
So
that's why they're implementing so much of this tracking now. Now it's like, oh, you can have stream from everywhere. Just sign up with the stream service. Well, actually, you got to have a cell phone to do that. Actually, that means it's tracking you everywhere you go, where you're playing music and everything like that. But people don't look at it like that. You're being tracked everywhere.
Everything you do. And that camera on your phone, you never know when it's watching you.
Right.
Or that camera in your house on your TV or your microwave or your TV or your clock or whatever. You never know if those devices watching you. And their Lexi and all that stuff they'll see. You gotta be careful of these new gadgets.
Right, recording your conversations, because a lot of people, Alexis would be cool having your house. No, it's recording your conversations. So say you have happen to have an argument with your woman or something, and it gets real heated and ugly. Oh, that's going to some police department or some kind of alphabet agency. Oh yeah, it shows he has patterns of anger. They can misconstrue it all kind of ways. And so when these new laws come about, that's setting you back even further. Like, well, I didn't know that. Well, you signed up to have Alexis in your house, so this is what's going on.
Everything we do can be used against us.
Right.
They don't throw away no trash or nothing of ours. They keep everything. If it's on a device, they keep it all and they store it all for years and years and years. And when they need to get it or whatever, they can get it.
Now, Lowe said, I think he was going to expose a lot of people, and then Dre Chili came in and said, control. They already have money. Yeah, it's about control.
That's exactly.
Matter of fact, Jay Trilly, check out, just type in social, dang, I don't forgot. I don't been saying it.
Social credit in China.
Yeah, social credit in China. You type in that, and they'll have like it's like a news story about that. I got the link, but I have to find it again. But you type that in, you'll be like, man, that's coming here. It's already here. It's not in a stage where a lot of people can really see it.
And if you think about it, with all these on your phone right now, these like and dislike buttons, that's what that's gonna be about. You mean you think about it? They're gonna be looking at the amount that likes that you got and the amount of dislike that you got, and they try to equal it after that in with your credit score and with everything else. So basically the people will be judging you, the community will be judging you, your friends will be, your peers will be judging you.
Right.
You see what I'm saying, with the likes and the dislikes and the social credit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a new system that it ain't really new, but it's a system that they bringing out.
Right.
And it's coming here. It's basically going to like a one world dictatorship.
Exactly.
The Chinese, they really trying to fight against it, but it's really hard for them not to.
Right, but like I seen this. I had to find a picture, but it shows back when George W. Bush was president. It was him. It was Putin, and I want to say it was one of the I think the president of China, and they all had like on these certain cloaks. So essentially, they are part of the same kind of order. So it makes it seem like they're all separate and different, but really behind the scenes, they're all on one accord. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. So they signed these. He probably signed that bill into effect 10, 15 years ago when he was in office. But see, processing and all that stuff takes time, and see, people don't be focused on them little small, minuscule bills like that that's been passed and been on the table that's been sitting there waiting.
Right,
But the,
because it's like it doesn't have nothing to do
you
with what's
know,
going on in the current time. Like, oh, that bill's nothing.
that's
Yeah,
right.
it ain't nothing to it blooms. Yeah,
That's right.
think of it like a flower. Like, the
That's right.
bulb is just closed. Like, oh, it ain't no flower, nothing. And then, time progresses and it's all bloomed out. Like, oh man, it got bees and all kind of interaction between it now. That's because it done
Yeah.
bloomed out now. But when it's in
See,
its state of being, first, sprouting up
mm-hmm.
off the ground, it doesn't look like nothing.
You don't see nothing. That's right. And see, look and look at this right here too, Rick. Look at President Donald Trump.
Right.
Every time you see him, he's signing something. They
That's true.
show that real quick. But then when he's saying something bad or saying something negative, they want to hold a whole speech about that.
Right.
People ain't really paying no attention. But every time that man doing something, they showing that man writing something, he's signing something, and something is going to place.
Right.
You know, he always signing something, but they show you signing something real quick. But then they go talking about something else, something he done said or something he done did, another smoke screen. You see what I'm saying?
So you be all fixed with and triggered by those things. Oh, he done said this. No, why don't you see what he signed? Look at what he signed.
And
That's what you should look up.
nobody paying attention to what he's signing. That man hand never stop moving. Every time you see him, he's signing something. And he'll hold it up for a minute, for a split second. That's it. You won't hear no more about it or see no more about it. Then the next 5 or 10 minutes, oh, he done said this about somebody, or he done tweeted this or tweeted that. Ain't nobody paying attention.
Okay, now Jay Chili done said something that I remember them talking about this. He said, "Yup, Google the Real ID Act of 2005 that George Bush signed into law. Basically, a chip in every state issue ID by next
Yeah.
year." I remember that because Minnesota, we didn't even have that, but now we got to
Yeah.
have that.
Mm-hmm.
Even to
Yeah.
board an airplane, you can't even board an airplane if your ID ain't got that. You either got to have that or a passport.
Exactly. And
And to
that's where
me,
it's
in
coming
my
from.
opinion, I'd rather have a passport. I don't because you don't really have to carry your passport all the time because they still got the
Right.
option where you don't have to have a chip, but you won't
Mm-hmm.
be able to board a plane. But if you have the passport, you can do that. So
Mm-hmm.
whatever the amount it is to get that passport, I advise you get your passport because then you don't have to carry that chip around with you all the
It's
time.
gonna but it's gonna be the same thing in the passport. I've seen where they got them passports where they gonna have it's gonna be like a barcode on them motherfuckers.
Yeah,
Little
yeah, it's a
picture.
chip in them
Yeah,
joints, but what I'm saying is you don't have to carry that around.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
if
yeah.
it's like this, they still make lead. It's still lead. You put
Yeah,
lead,
yeah.
you put something in between that lead, it ain't reading nothing. So
Mm-hmm.
I advise doing that. Make a little lead little a wallet where you put
Yeah.
all those things that require chips right in there
Mm-hmm.
where it knocks off that signal instantaneously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we gotta come up with ways to fight against the beast system because that's what it is.
Right.
You know, they got everything. They got everything against us, man. It ain't. It's the food. Is everything. Medicine is. Is everything for real. Ain't no way we can really turn that. Without having to fight this battle. You know. So we just gotta be strong and be wise.
Okay, now Jay Shirley came back and he said, yeah, that's smart. Just get the passport. But see, it was a setup because remember how the chip uh, support is interlinked with some brothers not being able to get a passport, or he said child support.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that's another way where
Mm-hmm.
they mess with brothers because oh, we're taking your license, you can't drive and things like that. You only can have an ID. But like I said,
Mm-hmm.
you can still, like I said, it's some place in your town that sells lead.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wouldn't advise buying a box because they try to charge a lot for a box. Get 2 pieces of lead, and get it where you can fix it together and put it up in there, it's knocking off the signal to any of that. So whenever you gotta show it to someone, you can pull it up out of there. Okay, I pulled it out, I'll let you see it. It goes right back in your little lead container and it knocks off that signal.
That's right. Ain't tried it. I mean, we got to do something.
Right.
It's coming. It's already here. It's just a matter of time. Like you said, that new ID, it's coming. It's already. I seen that already. Like the next year, next 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Because they want every state on board with this for whatever they're gonna, okay, now we done implemented this stage. Now we're gonna drop this other stage of it. Because think about it like this. I know y'all don't seen. I don't know how it is in your town, Williams, but I know in my town with the gentrification, you see bike lanes everywhere. Now they're narrowing down streets. It used to be like 2 cars on each side of the street traveling, 2 cars traveling one way. Now it's like 1 car on one side, 1 car going to the opposite side. It ain't a big street that how it used to be.
Right.
They're making way for these bike lanes and things like that now.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And to me, it almost, you can cordon off the like it say they throw some barriers. I mean, how they're making the sidewalks, endo into the street, where they can shut down a whole street because it's like you can't go past nowhere unless you got like some kind of 4x4 and you jump in the curb or something like that. So I mean, man,
they putting them barriers up because at the wild, see, you're gonna be in. See, the project's done. They didn't already tore the projects down, the majority of them, and the ones that ain't tore down, they still tearing them down every day. And when they ain't putting them more projects back, the projects the mission already been completed. They putting up now is controlled environment with these gated off communities and stuff like that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? When they started putting them apartments back up and they started putting gates around them and you got to have a code to get in and all that.
Right.
See, they slowly but surely and trying to enforce martial law at the same time too, see.
Right.
With all that comes with curfew and all kind of other stuff comes too, see. And then you got to pay attention because they still building these FEMA camps too. So they closing all these Walmarts down all over the world too. They still build Walmarts, but they still tear them down. They don't tear them down, they still close them down. After so long.
But peep the game on this though. When it comes to them Walmart, see, a lot of people don't know Walmart gets a lot of their, their kickbacks, which some will call welfare, from the federal government. So they got a hand in with building those for a certain reason by a certain specification. You notice almost all Walmarts are on a railway. They don't really use trucks too much. I mean, they do, but they are a lot of times built on railways. Why is that?
And if you look at Walmart, they got, if you look at all of them, they look like prisons. I done been to a few prisons. I done done time before. And they look like prisons. They just don't have towers on them yet. But when they close them down, they gate them off and they put them towers around them and they put that damn that fence stuff around, that barbed wire fence around, it look just like prison, man.
Right.
Like FEMA camp.
Mm-hmm.
And I done seen videos of where they have those FEMA camps in them Walmart. When they build them Walmart, they showed it. Dude actually showed a fucking underground tunnel that they had in Washington, D.C. or somewhere, where they was coming up out of the fucking ground, going in to and fro, to these distribution centers, and what they was doing when they were shutting down and the stuff that they was doing behind. You got that shit crazy, man. So what they do is they build them and they let them stay up and running for about 18 months in people's neighborhood or towns or wherever. But then after 2 years, after 18 months, they'll shut them down. And they were saying like, okay, we're shutting down because it's a water problem. So we got to shut it down and we're going to move the location. But it ain't no water problem. You know what I mean?
Right.
They go in there.
That's just something to tell the public, to make the public think, well, maybe it is. But people that work those trades or the people that actually put up those buildings, like, no, the way we designed it, there ain't no kind of faults in that area. They're saying that for another reason.
And all of them, pretty much, all the Walmarts got like underground, like little tunnels up under the bottom of them. They don't tell you that they don't show you that when they build them, but all of them pretty much got like little underground tunnels and like vast amounts of room at the bottom of the motherfucker, man. Like big old, huge storage areas. And Walmart's the government as well, so just think about it. All your food, everything that you need at one store now, pretty much.
Right, because when you think about it, a lot of I was just on vacation, and when the town I was in a mall. A lot of the stores are like closed, and I was peeping the conversation that this older man was having with the store owner. He's like, well, a lot of the companies, are they just moving out of the building? She's like, no, they're going out of business. And he's like, why are they going out of business? Because it's Walmart and it's like Amazon, people online shopping, so they don't need all these other little places like this no more.
Exactly. And Walmart hurt he hurt they hurt the country as well when they done that. You know what I mean? People thought it was all good at one time, and I could just go here in one place and get everything I need. But think about when all that shit started, with the side effects of all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
So essentially, you ain't got no middleman no more. You going straight to the man. In other words, or to where a mom and pop store might have been making a living, or trying to somebody in the community been trying to sell fruits or vegetables or whatever. All that's dead pretty much.
It sure is.
Because everybody going well to Walmart and online. So they sell everything that you can possibly need. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then you got these other major corporations like Lowe's and Home Depot. All of them, they all tied in together.
Right.
Now,
Jay Chili came in. He said, I just read an article. The Waltons family makes $100 million a day and $40 million an hour collectively among all their stores.
Exactly. Yep. So, it's just something for people to think about. We take things for granted and take life for granted and think it's all so sweet, but behind the scenes, we in a sick world. These people, and for the ones that don't got melanin in them like us, they gonna get it worse than what we gonna get it.
Right.
We big in the worst, so we used to our worst. But when words come, they better have somewhere to run and hide.
Yeah, Jay Chili said mass monopoly. Most definitely. Matter of fact, I advise anybody to look up. It still should be on YouTube with Dick Gregory. He breaks down the money. How if you look at each one, I think it's like 13. Like if you take a 20 or different denominations, it's like the 13 families. He said each one of those families has that certain Federal Reserve. I'm like, man, he was breaking it down. I didn't even know that.
That must go back to that person. That on that number, it's got 4 numbers on each side of that on that money, on the back and the front. Like he said, 13, whatever. It's gonna be like you only got 13, 12 or 13 royal families. So it's
right.
gonna be that one, either that between that 1 and that 13. So whichever one of them numbers on that money, that's what family that money belongs to.
Right.
So you know what I mean. And on the other side, he was showing you also how, the Kennedy assassination. He broke that shit down too, man. Dick Gregory was somebody. He didn't pay him some attention too, though. You know what I mean?
Right.
He had a lot of jewels to steal.
And matter of fact, I think he wrongfully, left this world too. I don't think how they say he went out because he was a health conscious person.
See, he already know they was coming to get him. He already know. You just gotta pay attention to some of the stuff that they be saying because it all comes to a point where they don't start giving a fuck no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just like look at Quincy Jones. See how he's starting to speak out now. I ain't trying to put nothing bad on because he's already an old man or whatever. But shit, his time may be coming too.
Yeah, because you figure they don't witness so much, travesty and so much, things that they probably should have spoke on, but they didn't. That's kind of weighs on their conscience after a while. Like, man.
And then the thing about it is, in the elite, they don't want us to leave successful. You know what I mean?
Right. It's always some kind of tragedy. Oh, Prince, he took drugs and all this. No, someone slipped a Mickey in his prescription pills because they even said that wasn't even supposed to be in none of his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know where it came from. They know where it came from, but they said they don't know where
Yeah.
it came from. It didn't come from his actual doctor or anything like that. So come on, man.
Just like he said about Michael Jackson, like Big Rig said about Michael Jackson. Same thing, the same fucking. So, just like Epstein, okay, this dude Epstein, they say he's dead and gone now, whatever. God bless his dead if he is dead and gone. But do you think they're gonna continue to talk about him like they did Michael Jackson?
No, they ain't gonna talk. They're gonna,
You know what I mean?
tomorrow something else.
Yeah.
But see, they gotta keep making, because Michael was so great. Like, man, he owned half of Sony. Michael was broke. How are you broke if you own half of a big conglomerate as Sony? He wasn't broke.
And then he
under there. So I mean, come on, man.
Ain't no way possible Mike was broke, man. Mike was beyond. He was never ever to be broke again. You know, him and Prince, they was not broke. So
But I look at it like this. Even though we're saying this, I think it was someone higher that think of it like this, like how people place bets and stuff like that. Well, I bet I could blow this person up to have all this, but then to recoup my money, we got to kill them all so I can reclaim my money. That's how I look at it.
Just like your boy said, that's the human chess game they play with us.
Right.
They play the human chess game with us. They use us for the pieces.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
And that kind of makes you think. Remember, Michael Jackson had that album. What was it?
You can't win. When he did the Wiz, that song on the Wiz, you can't win. He was letting them know then. It's a setup. Mike was young. He knew what was going on then, but he got in and he couldn't get out. That's what he was trying to tell the people. You can't win when you get in.
Right, but I'm saying that album he came with that. I mean, I don't think it was one of his popular albums, but if you look at the symbolism on that album, that Blood on the Dance Floor, when it shows the checkerboard floor, and he's all dressed in red. It's basically he's on a Masonic board game, a chess board. Exactly. You making chess moves.
Yeah. See, Mike, man, he knew that he had to get back to the people to let the people know what was going on, but he had to put it in his music and in his videos in a way that this damn near you had to really be on to something to be able to pull it apart. Because now that we done got older, we go back and see that shit. Now we see what he was trying to tell us. You know what I mean?
Right. Now let me I want to make sure everybody's comment gets read. Lowe said, what happened to Harriet Tubman on the $20 bill? Remember that too? And then Jay Chili came in and said, yup, it's 13 Central Reserve Banks. And check the back of your Social Security number. The red numbers are the routing numbers to each particular Fed Reserve Bank, with the first letter being an alphabet. And then Lowe said, especially probably Oprah knows something. And then he said, kill Prince for his catalog. These folks are wicked.
Yeah. They witches and warlocks and demons, man.
Matter of fact, remember Prince made that song, there are thieves in the temple tonight. The temple is the Paisley Park.
And that's what he's telling you. That's what he put slaves on his face for. You know what I'm saying? He was letting them know, you know what I mean?
Right.
But see, he dead and gone now, but we just not picking up on the messages that they left behind for us to see and be able to know what's going on.
Right.
Because they weren't able to just come out and tell us, you know what I'm saying, without them getting themselves killed.
Right.
Which is exactly what happened.
True.
You know, Tupac did the same thing. Michael Jackson did the same thing. Prince did. A lot of them, artists read all the way down the line. It's a thing that they see when you get in that kind of game. It must be against what it is for you to speak out against it, or that's gonna be the punishment.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because what it is it's not so much telling the people that are participating, like in these secret societies, because they know about these different hidden oaths. It's about telling the common man that don't know about these things.
That's why they put
so they know how to look out for this bullshit that's being ran on everybody.
right. See, they started you out with school, through colleges and through all these, alpha, beta, and all these, you know what I'm saying, these sororities, and they started out with these little groups like that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But think about when somebody's still scouting and watching you then as you going through these little trials or these little areas in life, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Say for instance, you going to college or you playing football or whatever, people been wanting you, you finally made it, you think. But you might think you made it, but somebody might have been fucking watching you for a while. You know what I mean?
Right.
I might be like, I know who that is. That's such and such son, or that's such and such. Let's see if we can get him and put him on our team, and because he's already one of us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Bloodline type shit and all that old kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So essentially, you thinking, oh, I made it. I'm going to the NFL or the NBA or whatever. But at the same time, they pull in your coattail later on down the line, telling you, look, you belong to us. You got our blood. You such and such. You this and you that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know, mm,
Like I said, a few good movies to watch for these particular points. One is Black and White that Mike Tyson was in, where the
yeah,
basketball player starts, shaving points because he gets caught, trying to take money from the cop.
mm-hmm,
So he has to start, doing what the cop says, or he's gonna arrest him on whatever. Or we'll say Superfly, like I said, with
yeah,
Ron O'Neal, selling dope and him wanting to get out. But once the
mm-hmm,
man finds out, he's pushing a lot of dope, he's like, no, you're gonna be essentially my new boy, because
mm-hmm.
we got to get rid of the old person because he came up when I came up and he's no longer useful because
Right.
I got you now.
That's right. So, and that's what they use us. That's what they use people for. And we think that they, you know, stars and celebrities, and not trying to, put shade on all of them because we know all of them ain't bad. But for the ones that's up on that hierarchy,
Right,
what have you sacrificed to get there?
right.
You know?
But think about it like this. I picture myself as Priest. And when I say that, it's like Priest wants to be able to do whatever he wants to do, not someone telling him what to do. But his
Right,
boy Eddie's like, I don't care if they kill me, just as long as
right,
he lets me live to be an old person. I don't want that type of mindset.
right.
But it's a
You
lot of
know,
people that, if I can live well and all that long enough, I'll be fine with it. No.
because you still gonna die in vain.
Right.
And it's about a morality thing. It's about, what I'm saying, when you leave in this, when you leave in this world, you want to be able to leave something behind that's, something that's good behind. You don't want to leave no bullshit behind, or you don't want to leave, what I'm saying, something that, just say for instance, now you've been playing this game all your life. You know what I mean? You've been, playing and being puppeted around, and these folks telling you what to do, and you've been selling your people around and sacrificing this and that, and this, and you've done all this. Not to the point in time when you on your deathbed, you think none of that stuff ain't gonna come back up.
Right.
You can get all that back. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Even if you live old to see it, you gonna still die in a pain, in an agony. It might be a slow death. You might wish you was dead 50, 40 years ago.
Huh.
You might live, be 80 years old and be in pain for 50 years. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Yeah, Lowe said he got game with Denzel. I haven't really watched that movie all the way. I'm gonna have to watch that.
yeah. But you gotta watch a lot of them people because, like you say, for the majority of them, 80% of them, I say 9% of them, they Luciferians. You know, they do not believe in the same God or the same Creator that we believe in.
Right. Just because they're
You know,
using God doesn't mean they're talking about the God that you think.
mm-hmm. That's right. So sometimes you gotta be careful of who and have a spirit of discernment and be careful of people who you choose to be, idolizing the people you get caught up on,
Right.
because some of these same people that you think, you might think that they are good people and they, a God fearing person or whatever, and they are good, but they're really not. They doing the work of the devil behind closed doors, and I know.
Right. You watch a person's deeds long enough, you see the real them come out. I don't care what they say. Watch their
Mm-hmm.
deeds and how they actually move. You
But
know.
you, but you see, you watch these videos and stuff, and they tell them all the time. They don't hide nothing. You know,
Right.
all of them say they sold the faith. That's what they say.
Right.
You know, I
See,
just seen
and I
numerous
remember
videos.
a lot of people see they when Beyonce had her last tour,
Mm-hmm.
when she was coming city to city, like it was like a black cube. In
Yeah.
this black cube, it would show like different, scenes from, whatever was shown. But a lot of people don't get that black cube is Saturn worship,
Mm-hmm.
Saturn alien
Exactly.
worship. Matter of fact, they got a black cube in the UN. They got black
Exactly.
cubes all throughout. Matter of fact, you think in Mecca, what they walk around and pray around, that's essentially a black cube.
Exactly.
They
That's what
worship
it is.
Saturn.
Exactly. See, you know, it's, people just got to understand, and be weary and fret not the things of this world. Because these people are wicked and they don't care nothing about us, at all. We
Right,
might think that they care about us and we fans and this and that, but at the end of the day, they don't care about us. They'll never reach back and to be in our shoes or to try to communicate with us.
right.
You know, they ain't on us no more. That's why you don't see them doing it. 'Cause they ain't us no more. You know, so it's crazy, man. I be looking at it like by they when they hold that rock sign up and they hold them different strip signs and stuff up like that,
Yeah,
they be actually casting spells on the people, on the crowds and stuff like that, and people don't really know it. They be like when they be at them concerts and stuff,
right.
they already people be in a trance. Their emotions be up, their adrenaline be up, and these people they bringing a different type of energy that these people sucking up and living and feeding off of. You know what I mean? So, and when you throwing them different signs and symbols up there, you got millions of people, 1,000 people doing that same thing. You got a source of energy going somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
People ain't really paying attention to that, but they got you actually praising the same thing they praising, and worshiping the same thing they worship.
right. Because a lot
You
of those
know?
songs, they're like, okay, they're did in reverse. And when I say they're in reverse, they have different meanings if you play
Yeah,
what they're saying in reverse, you know?
yeah.
Because a lot of
Even
times
that,
they're like, I don't even know why there's like these certain sentences that they're saying, they don't make sense. But if it was played in reverse, it will make
it
all
would.
the sense in the world that you wouldn't even want to be down with if you found out what they were saying.
Mm-hmm. It's just like this song Jay-Z made when they played it in reverse. You know what I'm saying? But people don't know, and people will say that, oh, he the greatest of the live and this and that. You praising him on this, but you don't understand what he really representing. You know
Right,
what I mean? And just like Kanye said, it plain and anything. He sold himself to the devil, sold his soul to the devil. It was a crappy deal. And you see how people they were steady going right along with it.
right. Like, oh,
So,
he's just saying that. No, he's actually telling
yeah.
you.
Wilson said the same thing. He was like, yeah, I sold my soul to the devil, and all the rest of y'all motherfuckers here, y'all want to die and go to hell with me. And they all, like, man, these folks, do y'all know what this man just said? I forgot which one that was, Lil Uzi Vert one. He said that, which his name is spelled Lucifer. They just say Lil Uzi Vert, but when they put it together, it's spelled Lucifer.
Mm.
So people
Now,
got to be,
Low came in. He said they say Beyonce was using the new Lion King 2 sales, uh, her music like she remixed Frankie Beverly's
yeah,
and Mace.
yeah. And I really didn't like that. I don't like that remix there either.
Hmm.
But oh well. It's all right, but I don't like it for real.
Hmm.
But yeah, man, them bitches and warlocks, man, we dealing with.
Right.
Whether people want to believe it or not, it's true. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So people don't want to talk about stuff like that because they think it's a myth or somebody, people just, I might just seem crazy by saying that, you know what I mean? But I actually believe that stuff go on.
Right.
So,
All it is about doing your research. You can't just be like, oh, well, like I said, don't take my word. Do the research. Do the search history behind it.
playing the research behind the rituals and all that kind of blood sacrifice, all kind of stuff they tell you about it now. It's open blatant. And ain't no excuse where nobody should not be able to find out about it.
Right.
It's all over the YouTube and it's all flashed all over the internet.
It starts. This is how the distractions work. Okay, now I'm about to go research this. Okay, you get an email update. Okay, that just popped up, or you get something else done popped up that is trying to take your attention away from what you're trying to research. So they know they got so many rolling distractions. Well, okay, if they really try to research this, we'll start throwing these monkey wrenches in, so it kind of trail them off from even trying to seek that information.
That's those demons and those different entities trying to keep you from getting that information.
Right.
That's all it is, because the demons, they know they'll try to do all they can to get that information from you. You know what I'm saying? To keep you from getting that information. Because they don't want you to know the truth. They want you to stay blind to what's going on with these people and stuff. And like I was telling my homeboy, I like to watch sports here and there, but I ain't no real big sports man. I don't really care nothing about it, But I tell them all the time, man, these games are controlled, man.
Right.
You got a coach, you got an assistant coach, you got a damn man sit way on top of the damn booth calling shots. Then you got the player on the field calling quarterback call. You got 10 people calling shots for it not to be a real game.
Right.
It's a controlled game,
Yeah.
They can make anybody they want to make out of a star.
Why you think they got the refs in black and white? They calling the plays.
Exactly. And then the dude, what I'm saying? I seen a thing on a video not too long ago where the dude was showing you, the madness in the basketball and what I'm saying, how he could turn the ball on and off, just like a damn video game. They can turn that ball on and off when they get ready, man. That basketball.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah. So people just get so caught up into what they think is real and they really don't. It's all the game. It's to entertain you. Because those athletes and stuff, them people, they also actors too. That's why you see them getting these movie roles and stuff, because they actors too. They get paid that more than anything.
Right.
They make who they want to make out of a star. So, that's just what it is, I just wish that people, like you say, would do research, man, and just don't criticize me or talk bad, or just, do your research on your own and learn your own, learn. But that's what it's here for, because pretty soon, it might come a point in time where they take the damn internet from us and we start learning too damn much. So it's best to try to take notes now, write down stuff. You got to write it down, I said, write down notes,
Right.
So people just got to start waking up, which I think a lot of people are waking up, so we just need to start waking up and start doing something about this stuff, start fighting back and speaking out against it,
Right.
They can only keep us quiet for so long here. And only thing we can, we can't do nothing but talk about it and do something about it now. We pushed in the corner.
Huh.
So, I don't think we got our mouths right now here. We can't do nothing but let people know, what's really going on and try to help everybody.
Right.
Before they try to take our the little freedom that we got, try to take it from us. Because you see they slowly but surely doing that every day.
Right. If y'all been enjoying this live stream, hey, go ahead and like it at this point. I mean, I know y'all been kicked back, listening to what we've been saying in 30 something. Like I said, I like to handle it. We have had listening,
Hit that thumbs up button, y'all feel out there.
Right.
I kind of enjoy myself. I can roll for a little while, but, ain't nobody gonna come in and chime in, hey.
Yeah, we can save it for another day. You don't want to give them too much of it. Ain't nobody really out there, interacting. I'm quite sure somebody out there taking notes, like, oh, maybe I could use this and make it seem like I done came with these topics or something like that.
Hey, the information out there, I ain't no hater, you know what I mean, or whatever. But I just encourage everybody to do their own research. I go to people's channel all the time, and I get information and stuff like that too. So I think it's useful, and I think it's in the same territory what I'm in. Hey, I try to bring in and share it too. What I know is put my 2 cents in on it too, as well.
Yeah, but I think it was a positive, like how you and Lowe came in basically saying, yeah, y'all watch Mike Tyson's hot boxing. That's his
Yeah. Oh
actual
yeah.
podcast. So it ain't like you're just taking out what you've seen and not giving the credit. Like, yeah, this came
Yeah.
from Mike Tyson's hot boxing podcast.
Yeah. Right. And they can go check it out.
Right.
And so. And that's what it's all about, keeping the information, good information that's going, keep it going and keep people, put them on their games, keep them on their, know what's going on and trying to look for, the direction that they want to, the path they want to take in life and trying to learn something out of life, just, take your time and, pay attention to, they put all this stuff right in our face every day and they make fun of us with the things that they put in our face.
Right.
It's like they put it in our face and then they laugh at us. What we gonna do about it? You know what I mean?
Well, definitely.
I don't like being told that like that. I be wanting to stand up and do something. You know what I mean? I'm like one of them fucking rebellious ones. I want to fight back. But yeah, man.
Hey, well, I'll take that as a sign. Nobody else has nothing to say. Hopefully, they're not censoring the comments. Where I know it probably won't be no comments in the once his replay, because it always seems like as soon as it is someone, not someone, the powers that be or wanna be, delete people's comments. It ain't me. I don't delete no comments. If you leaving something that's something to grow on, where other people can expand their mind on, I ain't gonna delete nothing like that. So when you see it deleted, it's because they're trying to censor brothers from speaking on certain topics. And I see we got some more people that joined in. Hey, recognize and just speak up on what you got to speak up on. If you're popping in and out, to say something before we end this, because I'm thinking about ending it right now. We've been on long enough. Matter of fact, the replay, if you missed it and you're hearing the replay, I think we done covered a lot of ground tonight in this what's going on part 12. I didn't have to do no halves. It wasn't. It kind of turned out for the better today versus yesterday.
Right. And I was trying to catch that one last night, but after I seen you was on for a minute, I was like, I ain't gonna. By the time I go on there, he'll probably be, he was on probably for about a good 100 minutes. Then looked like he was long. I know it was over an hour.
Yeah.
I was like, dang, so I'll probably just catch the next one or something like that. I ain't want to come in too late. So I'm glad I got a chance to catch this one too, though.
Right. Well, I always try to give you a heads up, so if you got time to jump in, hey, I'm gonna jump you in. It's nothing.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that.
Hmm.
I'm always trying to send you a link or trying to communicate with you some way.
Right.
I don't mind. Sometimes you get a chance, like in the daytime or something,
Right.
Just see what it might. Sometimes the energy might change. People might be at work on lunch break or something, or.
Yeah, every now and then I try to do that a little bit different, because then it catch people that don't be on the night ones.
Yeah, or you can just do like a little 15, 20-minute live or something. Hey, y'all come back and join us on later on or something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We might can draw some people from the daytime crowd on over too.
Yeah, that's true.
By them being working all day, they might get in. It might be like, shoot, I can't. They ain't. They got food on the table and ready to lay it down. So, but they catch something pretty interesting in during their break or whatever while they at work. Most folks have their headphones on while they at work now. So
right.
They might be able to tune in, and we might give it a try. See how that works.
I'll just look at it like this, like right now, what we're doing right now, it'll be someone around their lunch break, 11 o'clock, wherever they're at tomorrow, catching this right now. So, I mean, It just
Yeah.
won't be live. It's just,
Well,
it'll
yeah.
be the
Yeah, it'll
replay.
be the replay. Yeah. Well, if y'all hear tomorrow, or they hear, well, y'all hear when y'all hear, hey, hit us up.
Right.
Hit us. Subscribe to Cool to Con. Subscribe, like,
Share.
chime in, share, do
Yeah,
all.
IG, whatever. Hey, share whatever platform you on. Hey, let's get a grander, bigger conversation going. I mean, I know I get a lot of people chiming in on certain the live stream aspect of it.
Yeah. I believe we can do it. You got me with you. Hey, I believe we can do it, man. You got my support.
I appreciate that.
I appreciate everybody, that tuned in and came in and hit the like button. Or anybody that's listening, I appreciate that.
Right.
Come back again.
Right. For the 13th. What's going
Right.
on 13? We ain't going no halves on this one. Even if it don't turn out, I'm still gonna go full numbers. We ain't doing no halves right now. I'm feeling the full numbers.
And we got a whole lot to talk about, so we can get some whole ones in.
Right.
Yeah. You just hit me up and let me know what time it's gonna be. I make the little time to come on in.
All right. Well, with that being said, we up out of here. Hey, I appreciate y'all. Hey, if you listen to the replay, it's okay to hit the like button on that side too. But we up out of here.
All right.
Join us again. We up.
All right, peace.